Hey, welcome back to another new episode here at MindSpun, your channel for your music fix. This time, we are going to be talking about what is trap music and where does it come from. The popular hip-hop subgenre that took the music charts by storm starting in the late 1990s, and that has influenced modern pop music like Beyoncé, Katy Perry, Ariana Grande, etc. So whether you like trap music or not, for now, the genre is exploding and we will continue to hear its influence on modern music for a while. So, let's take a look into its origin and characteristics. So what is trap music? Well, trap music is a subgenre of hip-hop music that originated in the southern United States during the late 1990s. Now, the genre gets its name from the Atlanta slang word trap, which refers to a place in which drugs are sold illegally. And trap music incorporates certain instrumental elements that define its sound. For example, synthesized drums, which include complex hi-hat patterns, usually double or triple timed hi-hats, the tuned kick drums with a long decay that was obtained originally from the Roland TR-808 drum machine, atmospheric synths, and a dark or melancholy ambience and lyrical content. Now, the genre utilizes various instruments ranging from piano, strings, orchestras, choirs, and leads, usually in a digital form, to snare drums and the complex hi-hat patterns that we talked about. And all of this is the signature sound of trap music. Now, this defining sound of trap music creates an energetic, hard-hitting, deep, and variant atmosphere. And these primary characteristics, the signature sound of trap music, originated from producer Shawty Redd. And trap may use a range of tempos from 50 BPM, programmed at 100 BPMs to achieve finer hi-hat subdivision, to 88, 176 BPM, but the tempo of a typical trap beat is around 70 BPMs, but you set it to 140 so you can divide the hi-hat subdivision. Now, this is what defines the instrumental sound of trap music, but what about the lyrics? In hip-hop, lyrics is one of the most important pieces of the music, so originally the lyric themes revolved around the general life and culture in the trap or in the actual southern trap house where narcotics are being sold, hence the name. But other topics also include street life, acquiring wealth, violence, American vehicles, and life experience that artists have faced in their southern American surroundings. So we can understand a little bit more about the lyrical content in trap music, let's get into the origins of the music itself. So the first producers creating trap music included Lil Jon from Atlanta, Georgia, who along with Mannie Fresh from New Orleans and DJ Paul from Memphis, Tennessee, worked with local acts in Atlanta including Dungeon Family, Outkast, Goody Mob, and Ghetto Mafia. In 1992, one of the earliest records to release was UGK's, Underground Kings, Cocaine in the Back of the Ride from their debut EP The Southern Way. Later, in 1992, they released the popular Pocket Full of Stones from their major label debut album Too Hard to Swallow that was also featured in the 1993 film Menace to Society. Later on in 1996, Master P released his single Mr. Ice Cream Man from his fifth studio album Ice Cream Man. Fans and critics started to refer to rappers whose primary lyrical topic was drug dealing as trap rappers. David Drake of Complex wrote that the trap in the early 2000s wasn't a genre, it was a real place, and the term was later adopted to describe the music made about that place. And trap music began to emerge as a recognized genre during the early to mid 2000s after the mainstream success of a number of albums and singles with lyrics that covered life in the trap, drug dealing, and the struggle for success. Several southern rappers with drug dealer personas produced crossover hits and helped expand the popularity of the genre, such as T.I., Young Jeezy, Gucci Mane, Yo Gotti, and Rick Ross, with trap records beginning to appear more heavily on mixtapes and radio stations outside of the South. Though trap artists were somewhat diverse in their production styles, the signature and quintessential trap sound that we talked about before was starting to become associated with the genre. Some of the notable trap producers during the mid to late 2000s include DJ Toomp, Fatboy, Drumma Boy, Shawty Redd, D-Rich, and Say Tobin. The first wave of the trap sound was influenced by earlier southern producers such as Lil Jon, Mannie Fresh, and DJ Paul. Now, regarding the origin of trap music, I found an interesting interview by Atlanta-based rapper T.I. from December 2012 in which he states that there was no such thing as trap music. He says that he created the term with his second album, Trap Music, that dropped in 2003, that before that there was only crunk music and organized noise, but after that there was an entire new genre of music created. He states that the masses were accepted because he had opened the door and you could walk through it. So he says, don't forget who opened that door, cuz. A second wave of trap artists gained momentum and frequently topped the Billboard hip-hop charts around 2010. Trap producer Lex Luger gained huge popularity and produced more than 200 songs in 2010 and 2011, including a number of singles from mainstream rap artists such as Rick Ross's BMF Blowing Money Fast. Since Luger's rise, many of his sounds have been adopted by other hip-hop producers trying to replicate his success. As such, Luger is often credited with popularizing the modern trap sound. One of the most influential albums produced by Lex Luger is Waka Flocka Flame's album Flocka Valley from 2010, and he also co-founded the prolific hip-hop production team 808 Mafia. Throughout 2011 and 2012, trap music maintained a strong presence on the mainstream Billboard music charts with a number of records released by rappers such as Young Jeezy, Chief Keef, and Future. Keef's I Don't Like and Love Sosa generated over 30 million views on YouTube, spawning a new subgenre within trap called drill. In May 2015, trap music once again surfaced the top of mainstream music charts as New Jersey rapper Fetty Wap's hit single Trap Queen peaked at number 2 on the US Billboard Hot 100 chart. Now, since crossing over into the mainstream in the 2010s, trap has become one of the most popular forms of American music, consistently dominating the Billboard Hot 100 throughout the decade, with artists such as Drake, Cardi B, Migos, Future, 2 Chainz, Post Malone, and Travis Scott, among many others, all achieving number ones on the chart with songs that belong to the trap subgenre. And like we stated before, it has influenced the music of many pop artists such as Ariana Grande, Beyonce, Miley Cyrus, Rihanna, Taylor Swift, and Selena Gomez. Its influence can also be heard in reggaeton and K-pop. In reggaeton, a new form of trap began to emerge known as Latin trap or Spanish language trap. Latin trap, similar to mainstream trap, which details la calle or the streets, hustling, sex, and drugs. Prominent artists of Latin trap include Fuego, Anuel AA, La Soul, and Bad Bunny. And in 2018, hip-hop became the most popular form of music for the first time ever, according to Nielsen data, coinciding with trap's continued rise in popularity. And we can see this rise in popularity with the trap-inspired country rap crossover song Old Town Road by Lil Nas X featuring Billy Ray Cyrus, which broke the record in 2019 for spending the most weeks at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. As we can see, the subgenre of rap, whether you like it or not, is in its prime as shown by the Billboard chart. Multiple types of trap crossover genres are starting to develop as well. For example, I'm starting to see trap metal songs appear on the internet, and this is likely to keep on spreading with the rise of the popularity of the genre. We hope you enjoyed this episode in which we talked about what trap is and where it comes from. And leave us a comment telling us what your favorite trap song is or the most underrated song, since I am new to the genre and would love to hear what the fuzz is all about. Remember to subscribe to our channel for more music related content, give us a like if you had fun watching this episode, and please stay safe everyone.